Look bad.
He looked real bad. He is not a fighter.
But
Who?
look, Ocho Cinco. He was during the Super Bowl. Ocho was on the pod with Shannon, right? And they chopping it up. And then I think it's James Harrison. I'm not good at first
Mm-hmm.
names. It's Harrison. He
Yep.
was sitting up there, and I guess James had that reputation as this bad guy, this mean dude that you don't want to mess with. And James is probably about 5'9", but can lift a damn building, but them arms are too short and slow to really fight a motherfucker. But him and Ocho got into a back and forth. And you would think it was playful. I didn't think it was playful, to be honest with you, right? On Ocho's part. My man was sitting there, he think it's some funny shit because they on the podcast. Ocho called him out there, called him out of his name, called him the B word. I'll beat this bees behind. And this is how many viewers that Shannon get. Why? You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to figure out, do they got some animosity from the playing days or something? You know what I'm saying?
They used to talk shit to each other on the field.
But I get that. But Ocho really won't say he can beat this man up. Now,
It's just
and
like that one
now,
western
now,
I
if it
saw.
was boxing though, if it was boxing fluke, I can see how Ocho could win a little, what do you call it, sparring joint, right? Because all he had to do is stay outside. But he's talking about MMA.
Or maybe
Come
he got
on.
a little bit. Maybe he got some training, man. You never know.
Okay, unless my man got a glass jaw, what y'all think? I mean, what y'all think about it? Tell me what you think about it. And this is
That
strictly
man,
entertainment. I don't really care, but I'm like, you don't call nobody the B word, man. You know where we from. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That is highly disrespectful.
Yeah. So whether dude thought he started out playing or not, I mean, Ocho kind of forced his hand. I mean, he at least got to show up at the spot.
And then he said he's showing up.
Yeah. So hey, if it happened, it happened, man. But I'm not interested in seeing a fight
I
between
said,
dudes who.
I said I'm going in and out.
Yeah, I'm not interested in seeing a fight between dudes who ain't got nothing to lose. You know what I mean? It just don't it it don't interest me. I'm sorry.
I think my thing is that you ain't been trained. Like I watch MMA
Mm,
because these guys are trained to take each other apart.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So anybody can win. That's my appeal to MMA.
Hmm.
Anybody can win. I don't care if it is a legend. A legend can get caught, especially with them small ass gloves.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I just
Um,
I just respect, man. It's just us. It's just us. And we done both trained for 6 weeks. For this fight.
mhm.
And hopefully we gonna bring the best out of each other. And we gonna beat the shit out of each other, man.
Yeah.
And it's in boxing, man. I've recently gone down the rabbit hole of watching old boxing matches, man. The Thriller, Manila, and doggone all of Marvin Hagler and Marvin Hagler's fights, and hey, man, Tommy Hearns, man, was an artist. Tommy Hearns was an artist, man. I don't care
Yeah,
what
he was.
nobody says.
I
I
think
don't.
I think I think Marvin shattered that chin.
Yeah, yeah,
With a lucky punch now, because Tommy could take a punch now. It wasn't like
mm,
he had a glass jaw forever.
yeah,
No, Marvin got lucky because Tommy was whooping his ass.
man, man. Like Tommy Hearns, like really, really made me be proud to be a Michigander, man, for real.
Yeah, yeah.
For real, for real. Because I mean, he was whooping everybody. He was whooping
He was
all the
beat.
heroes. He was
Look.
whooping
He was
all the heroes.
he was beating Sugar Ray's ass.
Oh man, he's whooping him so sweet.
And then you know what's so crazy about it is there wasn't no trick to it. It wasn't anything. He
Yeah.
was just, you know, he was just beating his. And you know what's so crazy? I started going back and looking at Sugar Ray fights. Sugar Ray, to keep it a buck, was a banger. He will throw them hands, man. It wasn't like, he was pretty and no,
Nah,
no.
he had a bag full of whoop ass.
Yes, and
For real. And that's why he did it because everybody thought he was a pretty motherfucker. They ain't respect him.
Man.
They ain't respect him because he ain't look like a boxer. But that man, look here. Them dudes, man.
Yes, sir.
Look, they
could box, but when he had some of the heaviest hands in the business.
Yep. They call boxing the sweet science for a reason, man. It is an art. It is definitely a martial art, for real.
I know we segued from Ocho. Fluke, you ain't give us your comment on Ocho. Then we can get back to boxing real quick.
Well, Ocho gonna have to be Hagler, man, if he gonna get in the ring with that brother, in the octagon with that brother, because you know what I'm saying? My man is a big dude, man.
Yeah,
legs like tree stumps.
Yeah.
So kicking legs and all that, that's out. You know what I'm saying? He better get on his bike.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's what I think my man gonna rush him, man. He gonna rush him, and he gonna try to choke the life out of him. You know what I'm saying? But you know what?
Elbows, everything.
You know what? Since Chad, woman, played him in the internet and all this shit right there, Chad ain't been the same, bro. He ain't been happy-go-lucky. He has had that troubled edge about him. And I'm just speaking on it from just watching the shit. He's had that troubled edge. He snaps that stuff when he's when he's with Shannon on their late night joint. He ain't been the same happy-go-lucky dude, man. You know.
What does the old lady say about it?
No, she dumped him. Did they get married? No. And he said that, I mean, she just threw a lot of rumors out there where he wasn't this, he wasn't that. And it was all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? It took him by surprise. And you could tell.
Damn, it's too late.
Hey, show the world your shirt, Damon. Let them see it. Can you hear me?
I can now.
Show the world your shirt.
Oh. You understand me?
You know, the comedy in that is some true shit.
Accountability times two, Jack.
Yeah. I don't have any daughters, but just to hear this, for you guys to share some of the conversations that you shared with me about it. Ooh, I'm gonna tell you, I really respect and enjoy your patience. You know what I'm saying? The way you see different things. You know, and I can't say that I'm like a conservative and all this, but being out in this world prior to being a parent would make me so paranoid, man. If I had daughters.
You know, I mean, it wasn't hard. I mean, it wasn't easy, man. I mean, but you know, it had to be done, man. You know, for real. Just, you know, a lot of times, you know, even outside of daughters and our children, man, a lot of times, you know, we're in a position where we can actually help a person save themselves at our expense. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
A lot of times, you know, I was a bad guy. You know, and I thought it was necessary at the time. You know, trying to be a certain way, because, you know, I thought that's just how fathers parented. But, you know, it didn't always work out, you know, in my favor, you know, not necessarily my favor, but it didn't always end with a positive result.
I'm wondering if you got the how fathers is parented from same place I got it from, because it always rings in my ear when our father used to say, "I don't mind being the bad guy," especially when he was especially when he was dealing out uh, consequences on our action.
Mhm.
He was like, "Son, I don't mind." I never understood that until I had a son. I mean, because what fathers have to do, and y'all let me know your opinion about this. What fathers have to do is they have to make the hard choice. They have to make the kind of choices that's going to better their children. So if a child feel you being unfair about not letting them go to that house party, when you know in house parties these days don't end well, you're being the bad guy, and you don't mind being the bad guy.
But see, my perspective was, man, especially being a step parent, I wanted to be able to interject and intervene as much as I possibly could. I'm not saying that my daughter ever rejected that, but I always just felt that there was a proper place for me to interject.
Gotcha.
And in hindsight, I don't know if that was always the correct decision. You know, because we don't necessarily. I've said it on this this platform before. We don't communicate, man. We don't necessarily have the best of relationships or whatever. And a lot of lessons I learned about parenting, you know, came from my experience with her, but they came sometime after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I did or said a thing, thinking I was right, but you know, and especially dealing with young people, every day now, I should have had grace, a lot more grace than I displayed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because she needed it.
do you think because you didn't have that grace that you built up a foundation for her to spring off of?
Well, yeah. I mean, that, the foundation was going to be, established. Whether she listened to me or not. I mean, because she is a part of my household. So as
That's what I'm saying.
yeah. I mean, but as far as our communication goes, man, it wasn't as complete as I would have liked it to have been.
Gotcha.
You know, and a lot of areas, man. Like I said, man, I dropped the ball. Dropped
Ah,
the ball. I mean, that's
if
just
you
me.
didn't know, if you didn't know, you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Unless, see, I'm sorry to cut you off. This is how I feel. If you drop a ball, that means that you know, right? Not the first time that you drop it. You don't claim that because you didn't know. But the second time you do the same thing and you know better, that's dropping the ball to me. Now you might think differently, but that's how you know what I'm saying? It's like we make a lot of mistakes. But go ahead, Damon. I'm sorry. Are you done, Ja'Cory? Because when you're done, Damon, I want you
I'm,
to chime in on this. Then we're gonna start we're gonna start the pod.
yeah, I'm good.
You know what, man? From you, what my experience is, man, that every child is different, man. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you got to, it requires some patience, but you know, I don't know, man. As far as a heavy hand, that really wasn't my experience with either, any one of my kids, man. It was knowing them and being consistent with the message that I was trying to give, me and the wife trying to give. Both being on the same page, a united front with it. Because I mean, let's just face facts, man. Kids try you. You know what I'm saying? They try you, and just to get their way. I mean, there's no maliciousness to it. It's just how kids are, man. You know. But it requires, with raising kids, man, it requires both parents, whether or not they're living in the same house or not, and being on the same page
Yeah.
with it. Because hey, let's just face it, kids try, they put, pit one against the other, and for them it's just simply getting their way, man. There's no malicious intent. It's just getting their way because generally they want what they want, you know. But for me, man, it was having a healthy relationship with each one. Each one is different. It's no different than us. All three of us grew up in the same house, but what I'm saying, we like different in a lot of ways. Same, but different in a lot of ways. You know.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it, man. I loved every minute of it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Whether or not it was contentious, uh, hurt feelings or whatever. But my intention is not to hurt your feelings or put you down and make you feel bad. It's just there's rules, man, you know. And so for me, man, the joy in it for me, man, was just realizing the difference between all three of mine, and
Yeah.
and figuring out what approach to take, you know. And there were times when things were difficult, but at the end of the day, they knew I was right because it's all about attention anyway, isn't it? Each child needs attention, in certain ways, and if you're trying to do everybody the same, it's not going to work.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, let's do this. We're gonna start the intro. I'll see you on the other side, and then we'll come back to this and let our audience know why we even start off on this conversation. Welcome everybody to this Friday's episode of Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong, along with
You
one
boy
of y'all
Damon
think
Armstrong.
I think you're on mute, my
I'm
guy.
I'm muted. Uncle spoke. My
Okay.
bad. My bad. What's up? What's up?
Okay. Cool. Hey, look, listen. Please go to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. Build our numbers up because we have great content. We talk about everything and anything, and we give our own strong perspective, and we allow other people to give theirs. We appreciate you, people in the chat. Please, if you have questions, you have comments, please put it in the comments, and we'll address them, and we'll just go from there. But welcome again. We do it. We're going strong, and this is something that the three of us, really enjoy, and the people who join us enjoy it too. I hope you do. Okay, we were speaking on this as far as fathers and daughters. Eric LaFleur, which is a friend of the show and a cousin of ours, he says being the father of a daughter myself is good, and you have to be patient with her, letting her grow. And I was sometimes a bad guy, but that come with being a father. I accept the role. My kids know right from wrong because they are me. I love them for that. Powerful, man. I had to read that. You know what I mean? It's a powerful message. Yeah. You're right, Jaquan. So I want to thank you both because what I don't go for Valentine's Day, and this is not a malicious thing. I don't go out to dinner anymore, you know, and we have a lot going on in the house, and my wife is convalescing because she old, even though she's 4 years younger than me, and I like to let her get her rest. But I appreciate you guys coming on this Valentine's Day, man. Definitely, you know what I mean. Let's just address that. What does Valentine's Day mean to you? Not to get into a long, drawn out, why you do this. What does it mean to you?
It's a day, man. You know, meant for people to actively show. Not even actively. Now, I don't even feel right saying that. It's a day where the trappings of quote unquote love are is expressed through gift giving and special occasions and special events and shit like that. You know what I mean? It's a situation where you can manifest your love for a person, in a physical gesture, and it's accepted. You know what I mean? Because people don't buy flowers every day. People don't, make special reservations to go out to dinner every day, or create special date nights every day, which they probably should, man. The majority of interpersonal relationships would probably be 100% better if we took the time to do those things more often outside of a day. It's cute. It serves its purpose. But I also think not only our society but past societies have given it a little more weight than it actually deserves. You know what I mean? Because I know people who actually fell out, you know, over Valentine's Day.
I get it. I get it. Damon.
Valentine's Day, man, it's an opportunity. You know, I don't even know why you said that, man. You know what? It's a commercialized day, but it also gives you an opportunity, man, to express something to your partner, your mate, your wife. You know, and once is it something that I anticipate coming up? I really don't, but I'm one of them last minute brothers, man. And that's so I wind up writing letters. You know, I wind up writing letters and stuff like that. So it's more personal. But for me, it's just a reminder, you know. But here's the thing: my anniversary is next weekend. So that's when I go all out, man.
Mm.
You know,
Happy anniversary, brother.
it's
Yeah.
usually a card or a written letter. You know, maybe some flowers or something like that. But
Don't tell me you a wordsmith, because you done mentioned written letter a couple times today, my guy. I
I
need you
get,
to
hey,
I need you
that's
to write me some shit.
it's real. Damn.
Yeah, that's the big business in jail, Jack. If you can write a
It's
letter.
personal, man. It's
Hmm.
personal. I mean, it's easy to go out there and find a card, man, to express some feelings, but usually Valentine's Day is when it's a personal thing, man. When you talk about personal your personal experience, and the love and passion that you feel for that person, you know. So that's why I keep saying letters and stuff like that because that's usually what I do. But the following weekend is our anniversary. It'd be 29 years. Yeah, it'd be 29. But 29 and 30, she gonna kill me, man. 29, 30 years. But we've been together 40, so you know. Um, I celebrate October 31st because that's when we first got together, 40 years ago. And Valentine's Day, it's you know some thought goes into that. Like I said, with writing the letters, but Wedding anniversary, shit, we go out on that, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hit the spot, go out to eat, bed and breakfast, go out shop, spend a weekend together. You know, I was supposed to go to this thing at the college for the basketball players, but I forgot that our anniversary was coming up. When coach called and asked me if I was gonna come, then I had to call him back and say, "Hey man, I can't make it. I can't make it. You know, that weekend is full for me. You know." And I called and explained everything to him. But I'm looking forward to. I was grateful for today, but I'm looking forward to next weekend, man, because you know we enjoy getting away and doing our thing, man.
Gotcha.
And before we move on, Keith, everybody sees it on the screen. Creative Cuts Barbershop, fellas. You may have come up short on Valentine's Day, but remember, it's still Valentine's Day weekend. So if you find yourself in the greater Raleigh area, get on down to Creative Cuts Barbershop and get yourself in somebody's share. They're gonna treat you right.
Oh yeah. Hey, it's Rico and it's Vincent McDonald. You can call him Matt. Shannon has moved on to greener pastures, but it was a lovely breakup. But you got two strong barbers in there and know the craft.
Absolutely. Friends of the show, been guests of the show.
Yeah.
Looking forward to having back.
Yeah. I think my whole Valentine's thing is because I like to problem solve. Valentine's, I have overblown Valentine's Day because for some reason, people over my 60 years of existence, it started one way and then it morphed into something today where it was strictly for women to appreciate your women. And I think that is beautiful, but to be honest with you, man, I show my wife appreciation every single day of my life. And I'm not trying to cop out. I'm saying that's a source of anxiety because when you love somebody, you want to give them everything you can. You know what I'm saying? So when I think about Valentine's, what I had to do in the last 5 years is streamline it. Make sure that I give her the sweets that she loves to eat. You feel what I'm saying? And I make sure that she knows that I appreciate her. And it's not a cop out. It's just the simple fact that I have other things with my wife that I can celebrate with that don't even compare to Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying?
And what is Sweetest Day?
It's kind of the same thing, but it's not something that you committed to. You know, if you like have a crush on somebody or something like that, or you have a girlfriend, you give them a piece of chocolate. It's another manufactured day, commercialized. And you know the thing about it is, I believe that Valentine's started in the genuine way, but it's being commercialized.
So in other words, Sweetest Day is for your bitches.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I said it. No.
Yeah. Hey, look. I'm not even gonna ask you. Help. I'm definitely taking that as a joke.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jaquan.
It's a joke. It's a joke. I mean, I seen opportunity to go blue for a second, and I couldn't resist myself. I don't.
Navy blue is what you did.
I don't even use that word in my everyday vocabulary. So.
No.
Oh man, I ran Damon away.
he got to go and do what do you call it, Ja'Cory, when you got to do damage control.
Damage control.
Baby, You know he was joking.
Yeah,
He didn't mean it.
I didn't. I didn't mean I was just joking.
No, but, you know, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? I think parenthood. I don't think there is a textbook on parenthood
Mm.
that you should follow. No, I think it's best that you follow it, but I don't think it is a textbook, meaning that the personalities of folks contribute to how they raise their kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I never worked I never worked in under any fairy tales, man. You know, I came into this situation knowing it was probably gonna be hard at times, man. You know, and I certainly don't want to sit here and characterize, me being involved in my daughter's upbringing is contentious or trivial or anything like that. It was far from it. You know, we had, I think it was a beautiful relationship. You know what I mean? But there's things that I could have done better. You know what I mean? As a parent, as a person, man. Just
Damn, I'm sorry, Jaquari. We got somebody looking at us from Minnesota
all right, Minnesota.
on the
All right.
YouTube channel.
Okay. Welcome.
All love to
Right,
you,
brother.
Minnesota.
Welcome.
Appreciate
Yeah,
you, man. Appreciate you.
Right.
Brett Wade TV.
absolutely. Yeah. But instead of trying to establish, uh, any kind of like constructive line of communication, which is what I thought I was doing. It just missed the mark on some places. You know what I mean?
I got you. I understand, man, because no matter how good our intentions is, sometimes they miss the mark. I mean, that's what it is. You know,
It's not easy talking about failures, man. It's really not, man.
it's never a failure, dude. See that you always say failure. That you don't fail.
I word it like that, man, because it's not how I want it to be.
Got you. I
You
got
know, I mean, it's definitely not a failure. And that's the wrong wording or whatever. But I wasn't as superhuman. I wasn't as superhuman as I perceived myself to be at the time.
you. Got you. So let me ask you guys this, and this is in the season in light of the energy of Valentine's Day. Of Valentine's Day, right? When your mate, you have to understand. So let me ask you this question. Let me just ask the question first, then we can suss it out from there. The question I'm asking you is, do you think you are capable of understanding women? Be as honest as you can stand.
You know what? That's not understanding them is not something I ever like. I can even remember wasting my time on, man. I just
Why wouldn't you waste your time? See, this,
cause
this, is what, this is what I'm getting at.
I mean, if I invert that, man, and say, well, somebody is even trying to make an attempt to understand me, man, that offends me. You know what I mean? I'm a complex person. And every woman I've ever had in my life has been a complex person. That's why I've been attracted to them. They've always been, highly intelligent, highly motivated, loving women. And I just truly believe I did everything to enjoy them for who they were.
Okay.
Now, in terms of understanding their moods and understanding, what might piss them off, and how to placate them, and that I work for that understanding. But as far as understand the understanding of what makes them tick, it's not my concern.
Okay, so basically what it is you you would rather deal with them on case to case basis.
Case to case
And,
basis.
the wrong word is deal. I'm just talking about, and we're speaking on
Interact,
relationships.
interact. Yeah, case to case basis, or just to live. You know what I mean?
Look, being fathers or raising women, this is valuable information for me. You know what I mean? Because raising boys is also complex, but it is a different thing because we're familiar with it. So, Damon, what do you think?
I think, man, tolerating somebody, man, that's a hell of a situation to be in with somebody, man. I mean, um,
Well, what do you mean tolerating? Where'd you get tolerating from?
when I was reading the question, you know, I keep going off, so you don't have to excuse me, but I'm going by, understanding us.
No, brother. We on number 2. We're on
What number are we on?
number 2.
I'm capable of understanding mine,
How?
because
Give
I
us a little
spend
bit.
time.
Okay, so
I,
is it a trick? Is it something? You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm just saying what you know, giving the youngin a little piece of them seeing you. What was it that helped you to understand her?
you know what I'm saying? Understanding the person that I wanted to get to know, who I wanted to spend my life with. You know what I'm saying? Uh, who knows you better than your mate, the person that you with? Who knows you better? They know what pisses you off. They know what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of being willing to, you know, being willing to not be contentious, you know what I'm saying, argumentative or whatever, and just realize that, you know what, that's a trigger for my wife. So it's best I avoid that shit unless I'm being malicious and doing it on purpose. But generally, it's about love and respect, man. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And understanding each other from time spent and trial and error, man.
Getting along so you can get along, right? You know what I'm saying?
It's about, think about this, man. Is your wife your best friend? Can
I
you
was
can
I,
you
was I was
actually say
lucky.
that?
I was lucky to really and truly. I'm lucky to have the friendship that I have with her. You know what I'm saying? Um, Best friend, she's close. Keeping the buck, she's close. But when it comes to best friends, I don't have best friends because really and truly, you gotta drive the same road that I drive to be my best friend, and I need to recognize it. But see, that's a little personal thing, and I ain't against nobody. You dig what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
with sister-in-law, I believe you when you say that's your best friend because I know your personality. You get what I'm saying? With Jaquari, sister-in-law is very close to being your best friend because of your personality.
He's my best friend, brother.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. Like my wife, she's very close, but does she drive the same road I drive? No, I've not met anybody that does that. You get me? So I don't want to put no expectation on her that she can't handle, because it's unrealistic. Because I don't know. That's all. You know. That's all.
But being somebody's best friend, man, is not a fairy tale situation either, man. Because, excuse me, sometimes sometimes the situation takes somebody being honest with you.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? Being honest with you and telling you the truth, uh, based on the fact that they know you, they know your personality, and whatever. And if they're telling you something constructive, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it might hit personal, but is there any truth to it? Absolutely. And then when everything is said and done, and you're thinking about it in retrospect, you come to you appreciate that honesty. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you out there looking like a fool, I mean, for something as simple as, yeah, I'm gonna go hang with the boys, and you throwing the outfit or whatever, and she look at you and say, "Where you going with that on, man?" You know,
Or
first,
or
the
or
first,
or,
your
or,
first,
or, or
see,
this one.
huh?
This one. You putting that outfit on, you putting that outfit on, you smell like that?
What's your first response? Is what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? You get all in your feelings and all that stuff, and you
And
do
then
what the hell you want to do anyway, and then you go outside, then you leave, and then your boys laughing at you and all that shit. And the first thing to pop in your head was, she tried to tell me. Out of love, she tried to tell me, you know. And wasn't jacked up about it. It was simply like, where you going with that on? I mean, you couldn't find nothing else to put on. You know, it wasn't no, man, I wouldn't walk out the house like that. No, she's trying to appeal to your sensibilities. Hey man, you can't. Hey,
Yeah,
go pick an outfit for you. Put that on.
my wife be like, what? What you trying to go for, honey?
What's the thing?
Yeah, what's yeah, like, and look, and I like you say, I gotta appreciate it. I gotta
Yeah.
appreciate it. I mean, because shit, I look good. I look good when I go out, but sometimes I need a manager.
No doubt. No doubt. Okay, so let me just say this. My opinion about the question that was asked, right? I think, well, no, I understand that you need to come to a common ground if you're able to do it. Your wife understands how you feel, right? And you understand how your wife feels. Y'all might not agree, but y'all understand where each other's coming from. You know what I'm saying? And so when it comes to important stuff, you still continue to try to iron it out. So there won't be no animosity. Even if you keep coming to an impasse, there's no animosity. You know what I'm saying? Like if I go out into a situation, whatever the situation is, and my wife be like, and I'll be sitting there and I'm by myself and I'm like, oh, okay. No, baby girl ain't gonna like this shit. So I'm stepping away from it. You understand? And then vice versa. No, the ogre, he gonna have a problem with this. I need to go talk to him about that. You feel what I'm saying? That's not us agreeing. That's us respecting what? How we feel.
Yeah, boundaries, how you feel, and all that, man. I mean, it's you're a spouse, man. Even when you're out of their sight, you're always a spouse. And hopefully that the two of you have set a standard in each other's lives that it's just certain shit that that ain't gonna fly either way, even if you had the opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. I mean, and, any last things before we move on to the next joint?
I was just laughing, man. I was like, wife, you got on some you got on a safari suit, short pants with some thicker things and broke arms on. Your wife looking at you like, come on, dog.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You really intend to leave? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But don't come back talking about you almost got into a fight.
No, but when your woman,
She gonna tell you the truth.
when y'all dating, and you give her that power, she get drunk off of it. And I'm gonna give y'all a little story why. Both y'all know about this. Before we moved from Pittsburgh to North Carolina, every Friday I would go to a bar, meeting friends, right? Me and my wife were maybe 3 or 4 years away from marriage, but we're living together in happy bliss, right? She would buy me clothes. Her being a Philly, her being from Philly, I trusted her judgment. You understand what I'm saying? But getting drunk off power, and I'm joking mostly, getting drunk off power, she set traps for other women that may be interested in me. This is how I discovered it. I'm at my favorite bar, Arts. That used to be Nats in Pittsburgh, one of the best places in the world. I've been there in years, but one of the best places in the world to get a drink. If you're in the Pittsburgh area, look up Arts. Check it out. It's a great thing. It was in midday. In Matt. I think it was with my friend Bill. We was waiting for my good friend Demetrius Gore. We're in there. We're drinking, and we're having a great time. Young lady that Demetrius was dating, that I knew, came in. She was mad at him at the time, so she was drinking heavily, right? So once she got to a certain point, she wanted to come to me and complain about your friend. Y'all have had your friend conversation before. Your friend this, your friend that, right?
I don't do that.
So I'm looking at her, and I'm not feeding into it, right? So she gets upset. I don't know. Was one of y'all with me that day?
I might have been.
Well, she was upset that I wasn't feeding into it. And she said, and she looked at me and said, you seem like a good person, and I don't understand why you let your friend. I said, I don't let my friend do anything. That's a grown man. But yeah, and then I look at you, and I'm thinking she's getting ready to give me a compliment. And she said, and you allow your wife to dress you, right? In a big ass alarm. Boom! I was like, right, damn, right? I said, she ain't my wife, it's my girlfriend. Well, you let your girlfriend dress you? Look at you. And at the time, ladies and gentlemen, what I had on, it was warm. It was a warm spring day. What I had on was a shirt with horizontal white and red stripes, and the and a steering wheel of a boat. You know, the boat steering wheel in the middle of my chest, with some navy blue shorts on, with some Sebago deck shoes on, right? And I wasn't offended, but I realized that I gave my wife, Kia, too much power. Too much power. That was too much power, man. She started dressing me like her personal item.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Because see, some wives, when they dress you for style. You know what I'm saying? But at that moment, Kia was still young. I was young too. She dressed me for a look. somebody dressing this man. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't one of my proudest moments because I said to her, I said, honey, you only allowed to buy me pants and shorts. Everything else I'm buying.
I'd have laid into her. She'd have got the business for me, bro.
I did, but you understand.
She would have got the business.
But it was still a wake up call. I wasn't embarrassed. I put it on. You understand what I'm saying? I looked in the mirror when I still had 4% body fat. I looked good in that shit, but I still look like my woman dressed me. No, I wasn't offended.
I overheard my wife having conversations, man, with random women, and they like, "You dress him so cute. Where you get his clothes? What the fuck? Nobody dress me. What the fuck you talking about?" But I mean, yeah, my wife, she just texted me. Yeah, she bought me my first Barkley. You remember the Nike Barkleys, the red, white, and blue ones? Yeah, she bought me those. And she bought me some my first Jordans. And every stitch of clothes since. Yeah. She said, because when we met, only place I could find some decent looking clothes was Casual Male. If you shopped at Casual Male, you know, you was walking around looking like a middle-aged white man. They
didn't have shit. You're right.
They didn't have nothing up in there. So that's the shit that I was buying. And plus that shit was expensive. So I ain't had much of it.
Look, first of all, sister-in-law, I gave you two examples of how you dress people. Sister-in-law dressed you for the fashion. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm.
And like I said, my wife, Kia, was young. So, of course, just like putting hickeys on necks and shit, she had to claim some shit. You feel me?
Mm.
You know, so me and her, we sat down, and it was a pleasant conversation. And it was funny as hell, but I was like, yo, if you want to buy me some shorts, if you want to buy me some pants, I'm with it. But let me do the other thing. You know what I'm saying?
Man, no. My wife, man, and my mother-in-law. Hey, this looks good on you.
Shit.
And I look at it and
that's all you needed, huh? Like, yeah.
I said, okay. And now I'm putting my own style together with the toggle coats and the pea coats, man, and the wavelength leather jackets and all that, and the turtlenecks. And I was like, and then next thing I know, brothers would start to dress like me and shit. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, the penny loafers, all that. You know, she knew how to put it together. So
and I do respect my wife Kia's fashion choice. I really do. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, you know, she be dressing me like a herd. But at the time, she was paranoid. So, you know, you gonna let me buy your clothes? Because I used to give her the money, like, yo, you see something, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And I was dressing like not a herd, but what would you call it? I wasn't dressing my energy. You know what I'm saying? Well, I had that Nats energy, Flute and Jaquari. I had that kind of energy on that. Rah, rah, rah. But then she was dressing me like I was in showing up in like the cheesecake factory. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a Sunday morning and shit.
Dressing safe and shit.
Hey, look, and y'all missed it though. I said I had some Sebago deck shoes. Think about that.
Yeah, I heard you.
You know what I mean?
Okay, man.
Ain't no complaint. Like I said,
I'm gonna tell you when I was sold, bro. We go up in it. We go to the mall and go up in Spiegels and Husses and all that stuff. I got a $200 budget. I walk out with about $1,000 worth of shit.
Yeah.
You know, and just lay it out, man. Just lay it out and let's put it together now. And it's like 6-7 outfits. You know.
Yeah. I remember you used to tell me that all the time.
they done bought off season and all that. Just and then go pick. Then I'm at the point now where I'm just picking pieces. Oh, this will go with that and that and this.
Mhm.
So I fell into it 1,000%, bro.
Yeah. I get it, and like I said, I give them credit because see, I mean, y'all both got great taste. But what they do is, what my sister-in-laws do is they accentuate your taste. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I definitely trust my wife because she got great taste. It's just the fact that when she was a youngin', I'm gonna repeat it again. When she was a youngin', she like that. Look, the clothes that I wear was like a hickey on my neck. You know what I'm saying? So, you know. All right. Anything else that you guys want to say before we move on? Okay.
Ain't got nothing.
Next question. In your opinion, is there such thing as a perfect relationship? And if yes, why? If no, why not?
I mean, no, there's definitely not. There's definitely periods where relationships are perfect. You know, in the beginning, then you have a rocky period for a little while, and things even out, and then things will change again. People, is relationships change as much as people change.
Okay. So, question to you, Jaquari, is they smooth in the beginning because you want to, just in general, men and women, is it smooth in the beginning because you want to impress that person to be with you, even if they're doing something that you don't like and you tolerate it? Or
I
is it
think,
peaceful because you're actually getting along?
well, maybe a little bit of both. I mean, there's a grace period in the beginning of a fresh relationship, man, where you're trying to see where this person draws a line on certain things.
Okay.
So you let them talk. You let them be how they are. So you can have a proper gauge on who the person is.
Gotcha.
I mean, once things start to get out of hand, and whatever department you may be observing or whatever, that's when you interject and say, what, I think that's a little too far. That's a boundary.
Uh, okay, let me ask you this. You've seen brothers ignore it and let it fly because how they feel about that woman.
Hmm.
How do you feel about that? Should you be honest in the beginning and feel like you risking everything, or should you just let it ride like most people do?
I've known very few men who were honest, you know, in the beginning and didn't check certain shit, and things just went. No. I've known very few men who like put their foot down in the beginning, and didn't tolerate anything, you know, and those men, if they're single or not, they set their standards, and they seem to be happy. If that's what floats their boat or whatever. And I get it. You are who you are, but the person you are when you enter a relationship, man, is not the person you're going to stay. It's not possible.
Okay.
There's going to be changes made, man. Changes that you make, or you believe that you're making for the betterment of the relationship. Changes you're going to make because there's a certain image that your mate has put forth, and you try your best to fit that image. You
Gotcha.
know, those things don't necessarily work out for the man's favor. Work out in the man's favor. You know what I
If, it,
mean?
if it's material, it don't work out.
Yeah. Those. I mean, if you're willing to change yourself so much for the sake of a relationship that you don't recognize yourself in certain situations, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
bad.
Damon, is there such thing as a perfect relationship?
No, I don't believe that's true, man. That's a fairy tale way of thinking because I'm not a perfect person. So how am I expecting to be in a perfect relationship?
Okay.
So it's all trial and error. In the beginning, it's all trial and error. Then expectations start pulling in because if you being who you are, then people should expect that. It shouldn't, don't be with me, to try to change me. You know what I'm saying? Be with me because you like the person. You see what I'm saying? As imperfect as I might be, you know, you can make a decision whether or not through my imperfect situations. If you choose not to be there, then I can respect that. I'm not gonna take it personal. But the thing that I've seen over the years, and I'm not speaking for myself, but I've seen it, with other people in their relationships is if you got a strong brother that most people respect, or a strong sister, vice versa, and then your intentions is to get with that person just to tear them down, break them down, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's just a waste of time. That's malicious in that, man. That's malicious intent. You know, that he's the strongest one in the herd, the strongest one in the group, and I'm gonna find a weakness in him. You know, why do that? What's the point in it? You know, what's the point in that? So no, I don't think there's a perfect relationship, man, because there's people are not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But you try to come as close as possible through honesty and being who you are yourself. It's about acceptance, isn't it? Hey, you that way, and that's who you are. You consistent with it. If you can tolerate it, whatever, that's what you deal with, man. Or you go your separate words. You go your separate ways. No hard feelings.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be nobody but yourself, man.
Yeah.
You know, and it's up to the other person to be accepting of that, and vice versa. You know, but if you come in with the bullshit, then it's going to manifest bullshit.
No doubt.
And then people wind up taking that shit to other relationships and all that harboring feelings of what a motherfucker might do.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, man.
So in your opinion, when you go into relationship, the more you know about who you are, the better you can deal with that relationship, no matter how good or bad it is.
You be honest with yourself and say, this is who I am. I can't be anybody else. And if a person can't accept it, then that's, hey, no harm, no foul. Keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
On both ends of it. It just didn't work out. Then you might come to the conclusion that you can be you better friends than a couple. I've seen that happen on a few times.
Side note, how many, in your opinion, Damon, how many relationships are ego driven in nature? Ja'Cory, I want you to answer this after he's done.
In the beginning, a lot of them, man. You know, in the beginning, a lot of relationships are ego driven. That's why cats drive certain cars. That's why they dress certain ways. You know what I'm saying? Whatever give them confidence. You know, because what people have to understand, man, when interacting with people in general, man, you you gotta feel good about yourself. If it's the and sometimes people inflate their own ego doing that. I don't tolerate this, and I'm this, and I'm that, and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? And is it a facade? You know what I'm saying? Is that where you're comfortable being? You know what I'm saying? There's no you know, I don't know, man. The ego is something else now. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's reactionary. Sometimes you just go in it, trying to maintain some type of confidence in yourself.
Gotcha. Jaquari, what do you think?
Yeah, it's definitely ego driven in a lot of aspects, man. Because I mean, even down to the person that somebody might pursue. If
Mm.
this person, this lady might be popular or whatever, and you the one to get her, then that puts notches on your belt, don't it?
All right, well, explain notches on your belt, man. If it's this your personal relationship,
Hmm.
what do you? Why would you even consider? I'm not speaking about you. I'm just speaking about the actual phrase. Why would you, if you're in a relationship, why would you even think about a notch on your belt? That's personal. Nobody need to know none of that.
No, they don't. But I mean, the more people who does, who how does it hurt you? It's like living in a house, man. And it's always hot in my house, or it looks like that from the outside. So everybody's envious that my house is the hottest. But you come in and my thermostat is on 60. It's all about our outward appearances.
Gotcha.
It's all about what the perception of the look.
Okay.
I mean, outwardly you could have it all together, man. You guys could be the J and Bay of your circle. You know what I mean? But on the inside, it could be rotten as fuck.
Yeah, J and Bay, that's some bullshit. Dang, that.
Uh,
But Damon, do you have a comment on that? Are you good? I got you. Um. All right. Well, you see, scrolling on the bottom of the screen is Little Mama's LLC. That is Sharice Browley. Basically, what Sharice does is she does many things, but her main thing is she caters great food for you in the Philadelphia area, the 215, the 267. See her number scrolling across the screen. If you want to cater a party, a business lunch, or anything like that, give Sharice a call. I personally know that it is great. She can burn. I'm like TD Jakes, not swallow, but burn. You know. But yo, check her out. Give her a call. Beautiful personality. Give her a call. You in the Philly area, and she's gonna look out for you. Um, let's do this because we kind of on the roll. I didn't think we would get through all three of these, but they all kind of related to me. We're talking about relationships. All three of us are married men, and you have a choice to be passive aggressive or choose not to answer because you don't want to give up any of your secrets in your relationship. But the question is, do you think our women are capable of understanding us, or do you think that they, and Damon, you pointed this out earlier, tolerate is too strong a word, but do they try to get along? And do we try to get along with them? It's up to you guys with who want to answer the question.
Well, I mean, personally, man, I tried to. I don't want to say tolerate, but I tried to get along as as much as I could.
Okay, well, let's answer the first part of the question first.
All right, ask it again.
Do you think our women are capable of understanding us?
No, like I said before, when you posed the other question about us understanding women, I'm not, I wouldn't put that kind of pressure on my wife. You know what I mean?
Well, we're talking about the capability now. I understand why you wouldn't want that pressure on her. I understand that fully. I'm just your opinion about it. And if you can expound on why you feel that, it could be short, but why you feel like why it's not.
Oh yeah, I mean, she's a a capable, intelligent woman. Yeah, so I mean, things about me, she's more than capable of understanding.
Okay.
But as far as a complete package, I wouldn't give anybody that credit.
Gotcha. Okay. Damon? You with us, cousin? You good? Damon?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you zoning out, you trying to think, let me find a politically correct way to answer this question. No. Do you think that our women are capable of understanding us, in your opinion?
Absolutely, I do. I know. I believe my wife is capable of understanding me. You know what I'm saying? Totally. You know. I don't know if you can know anybody totally, but yeah, she's very capable of understanding me. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? This is part of that question, the first question, right?
No, it's a little bit.
Excuse me, man, because you keep going in and out. I'm trying to, you know,
Well, we
keep
hear you
up.
now. We hear you now. Go ahead. You not lagged behind. Go ahead and finish your question.
I think that definitely understand. You know what I'm saying? Tolerate, man. That's a difficult relationship if you just tolerating somebody, man. You know.
It's a lot of those, but I understand why. I said earlier why you would have you thought differently when with the word tolerate. You know what I'm saying? But really, mostly is get along to get things done.
Yeah, in certain aspects, people, couples try to get along with each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially if there's genuine love there, then you try to be patient and understanding, and try your damnedest to get along with each other, right? You know, that's just out of respect, don't you think?
Yeah, it's true. I my answer to that is, and I really mean it in the sense, if I'm not able to understand me because we're filled with so many different emotions. Because see, that's why we have difficulty understanding ourselves sometimes, right? It's rock solid things that we can hold on to, that we can actually like verbatim say, yo, I, this, me, that, because these certain things, as far as, you know, how we feel about certain people, how we feel about certain things, how we feel about things, right? But if you're not able to, and to me, understanding of self is a continual process. It's a continual process that we have to continue to try to because we evolve. We evolve every day. Even though people think they stop in their learning, they stop in their feelings, they stop when they get a certain age, you really don't. What you do is you deny how you feel because you feel that that's your comfort place, right? So my answer to the situation is I don't think none of us are able to understand each other fully, right? But the effort to understand each other is key to it all. Because you become closer to the answer when both parties really and truly want to understand each other. And just by default, I don't think none of us, we can't understand women and women can't understand us because we are in a continual process of understanding ourselves.
I think, not to cut you off, bro. I think, man, you and your wife, your spouse, your mate, your lover, all those things, that should be your safe space, man. To be who you are. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To be comfortable within yourself. That's your safe space because the world is going to give you what it's going to give you. But in that relationship, being comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Understanding that fact that, hey, you know what? I consider this my safe space. You know, there should be some understanding derived from that. You know, and
Okay, so
because the strongest bond in the world, man, you know, just from my own personal experience, because I can't be anything else but a black man. Strongest bond in the world is the bond between a black man and a black woman. Because you think about all the things that we face with on a daily basis. You know, building a life together, raising kids together. There's a fear behind all those different things, taking a step out, taking a chance on these different things that you want to accomplish, that you feel you deserve to have and experience. The best person to do that with is your woman. You see what I'm saying? Because you're safe and you're both on the same trajectory, they have the same ideas, the same fears, and all that stuff. To be combative in that relationship, man, makes for a very unhappy life, man, because you're not safe. You know what I'm saying? You're on the defense all the time. You're not trusting anything. You know what I'm saying? But if you in that type of relationship that you built and that you give yourself to and you feel safe in it, right there is the understanding. You know,
My wife says, I fight to understand, connect, and feel my husband's POV. I also provide him with honest feedback because that's part of my commitment to him.
okay. I read that, and this is what I ask you, sister-in-law. Does he want your honest feedback or does he want you to listen? I don't know your situation. I don't know what particular thing you're talking about. But does he? I get having honest feedback, but the timing of the honest feedback will tear a situation down. That's why I even asked this question. Because there are many women out there, and like I said, you both have great examples of it, and I believe I do too, where you put yourself in situations where I'm gonna keep it a buck. You need to listen. And when I ask you the question, then you answer. Because you don't give, I'm speaking in general, women don't give men the same thing that men give them. What we do is we listen to what you are saying, right? And then when you ask, well, what do you think? Because we listened to everything that you had to say, we gave you our genuine feedback. But when you listen, now I'm not just talking. I'm not talking about my wife. I'm talking about women throughout my 60 years. What I've observed about women is they will listen but interrupt while the man is saying something because they focus on one to two things instead of focusing on the whole conversation. Am I saying I'm right about what I'm saying to you in my observation? No, I'm saying to you, this is what I feel I observed.
I've observed, man, that a lot of women that I've had dealings with, man, refuse to accept the first answer.
Yeah.
So, it's led me to believe that in regards to certain things, man, they might have several answers when it comes to female thinking. And for me, it's much more cut and dry. A lot of things I don't need to have a conversation about.
It's logical. You don't throw feelings in it. What you're trying to do is solve the problem.
Look, my first answer, traditionally, historically, with me, my first answer is always my honest answer.
Yeah.
But if you want my shit to be malleable, just keep on asking.
You know what? When it comes to me personally, when it comes to emotional things with my wife, from her point of view, I will allow her to continue to ask me
Yeah, 'cause you can't stop it.
to define it.
Yeah. What you can
Because
do is
it's you.
you can do is what you can do is remain solid in your reaction, no matter
I mean, but
what she might take away from it. I
that,
always know where I stand and what I'm going to do.
see, but that's the thing is that's how I try. That's why I said emotional and the spiritual, because it could be molded on both our parts. My reaction, because I would say what I would do. My first reaction is what I would do, right? Then you would tell me, hey, whoa, that's too strong for me. Or that's not a strong enough response for me. Then I'll listen further and like, okay, I'm understanding where you're coming from. This is what I'm hearing you say to me, and this is what, and I will continue to hear it until my wife is comfortable. But when it comes to me, when you ask me, and see, I think that's where the disconnect comes. When you ask me my personal opinion about something that affects me, my first answer will be, like you said, Jaquari, my more honest answer. So when you ask me a question again and I change it, that means, okay, I'm subject to thinking differently. But if I give you the same answer, you have to understand, no matter how smart you are, you have to understand that's where I am until I decide not to be there, as far as my answer is concerned. Now you can give me information that might change the whole thing, but give me the information. You don't have to keep asking me the same question. I don't know why I've always run into that. Like, hey, this is how I feel. Do you have I'll even compromise that, hey, can you tell me why I shouldn't feel this way? And you tell me, no, okay, because it's not your reaction, it's mine. That's all.
And I run into a couple of men, couple of fellas, man. who say that they wouldn't tolerate that. You know, they oh man, you know that shit, that sound wishy-washy to me. No, it don't, man. What it sounds like, man, is somebody who is letting the partner be who they are. I can't make my wife love me the way I want her to love me. I can't make her, you know, understand the way that, you know, understand things the way that I understand things. If it takes her a battery of questions to get that, you know, to find that understanding, then, you know, I stood in front of God and told her, you know, told her and God that it's just certain things that I'm gonna deal with, you know, and
Yeah.
I can honestly say that it's been the same since the day I met her. She's always been, you know, contentious. She's always, you know, given air quotes pushback. But there's been times where that
Nothing
pushback,
wrong with it, man.
yeah, there's been times where that pushback has been beneficial.
But see, here's my thing. Sometimes, and this is my own personal experience, sometimes because you don't understand doesn't mean that I'm not explaining it right.
Mm-hmm.
So I will get to, and this is my own personal, just sharing this. I would get to a point, and you both know how patient I am. But I'll get to a point where I'm going to hear the same question about 10 times before I say, what are you looking for?
Hey, what do you want me to say?
What is happening that I am being perfectly honest with you? And it's not misery, it's not anything. It's like the one thing I pride myself in is I try to be as transparent as I possibly can. Because I know that I'm a a complicated person.
Mm-hmm.
When you know you're complicated, then you go out of your way for the people that you love, for them to understand you.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
But even because I'm transparent also, man. But within that transparency, man, you know, I'm willing to accept that, you know, that's not how she is.
I get it.
And that's not a negative thing. You know, that's not a negative thing. I mean, you know, it takes investigation for her. I mean, the simplest things take investigation.
Yep.
You know, where as me, shit, I'm like, you know, all right, how much is it? All right, 10-4, I got you. She's not gonna accept that. You know what I mean? And,
Here's the thing. Oh, go ahead, bro.
no, I'm good.
Well, here's the thing. What's wrong with coming to a conclusion that we can agree to disagree with each other?
You know what my problem is by nature I'm a problem solver, and that sometimes, the majority of times, I'm riding with what you just said, right? But sometimes in some things I can't. You know what I mean?
If both parties are consistent in where they stand, right, and nobody's budging, isn't that a problem solver right there to say, hey, man, we can agree to disagree, and just leave it like that?
But what if it's this scenario though, Damon, where you cannot just say that, because there's one or two things I know you personally can't say. I'm gonna agree to disagree. You have to get it, not to get anybody to agree with you, right? But you got to come to something where this shit needs to be solved. What do you do then?
It all depends on. So you want resolution, right?
In certain things, there's certain things that happen. You
You
need
want resolution.
yeah.
Then there has to be an agreement and an understanding and respect behind it.
Uh-huh.
You know. That has to be there. You know, it makes no sense for two people just arguing for the sake of argument, the antagonist. You know what I'm saying?
I
What is
mean,
that going to get you?
that means they don't like each other. You know what I'm saying? They
Oh, I
argue,
don't
just
give a damn
argue.
about
Yeah,
your opinion,
yeah.
you know. And then and then what's required behind that is being honest about that. So man, I ain't going for that. Oh, that's how you feel? Okay. I get it.
Right? It doesn't
You know.
always have to do with people don't want to be the bad guy, so they point fingers at each other. Like in relationships, in bad relationships,
But
you
see,
you point fingers at each other, but you also don't want to be the bad guy.
here is the thing that most people relationships is not fairy tale shit, man. Relationships are hard. They're difficult and at times very difficult. You know what I'm saying? But mutual respect is the thing is the thing that overcomes all that. Mutual respect and saying, look, you know, if I say, you know what, I don't want to have this discussion. Right there that should be a trigger for you to say, you know what, it's gonna escalate into something ugly when we're just dealing with something simple. So give that man and that woman space, you know, give them space. They might come back with, you know what, I thought about it and you were right. Or I thought about it. I don't agree with you totally, but I understand where you're coming from. You know, and it's really as simple as that, man. Because things can escalate. Because who knows you more than your spouse knows you? You know what I'm saying? They know your triggers. They know what makes you happy. They understand what brings you sadness. All that, all those things are known by each other above both sides, man. You know, and if do you respect that or do you use it? You know what I'm saying, to press buttons and stuff like that. If that's the case, that's not a relationship, man. You know, it's not a relationship. It's just being argumentative and shit, which at times can turn personal. You know, and that's not cool. You know. So when somebody say, man, you know what, I'm not in that space right now. Can I have that placement? I can I have some space. That should be respected on all sides, both sides.
Gotcha. I got you. All right. Well, look, I think we had a hell of a discussion today. Sister-in-law, I appreciate your feedback. You know, great statements, great questions. You know, cousin Eric, I'm happy that you're able to share this with us, man. You know what I mean? And whenever you want to come on through. Everyone who watched the path, you dropped in for a couple minutes or you showed love like Brett Wade TV. Appreciate you.
From
Appreciate
Minnesota.
Man. You know, um, we appreciate everything. This is a, to me, in my personal opinion, this is a hell of a podcast. You feel what I'm saying? Hell of a podcast. And we're gonna keep going strong and doing our thing. That's why we call it Strong Perspective Podcast. So it's everyone, not just our perspective, even though we Armstrong. So, we carry that name very well. Is what we do. Any last words before we sign out of here?
Yeah, I
Any
want to
last?
ask both. I
Yeah,
want to
go
ask
ahead.
both of you guys a question, man. Did I do better this time, man? Because I only heard. I don't even think I heard half the conversation, man.
Mm.
So was my facial expressions better this time?
Yeah,
No,
Okay, because I'm telling you,
no,
boy, I was like, man,
no. I think the only thing that you tripped up on, and not really a trip, is the fact that I asked the questions out of order, and you were about to answer one of the questions that was in order. But that's the only thing. I mean, look, we couldn't tell. And bro, you ain't got to tell everybody your business, man. Shit. Cause you playing it off. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just telling you, man.
I'm saying you're playing it off well, man. You ain't got to tell everybody your business.
At one point, I was like, man, I'm so tired of this shit.
This shit. Why Pac-Man always fucking with me?
You know what, man? I'm not talking about what it is, man. It's small town, got a cottage here, man. Everybody's on the internet.
But like I said, bro, it was that one time, and really and truly, it wasn't a mess up. You understand what I'm saying? You've been here the whole time. You the only one got that anxiety in your head. Me and Jaquari looking at you like, oh, this is normal shit.
I'm just trying to tell you, I'm like, man, this is crazy. Now Keith's gonna ask me a question.
They don't need to know your business, man.
Keith gonna ask me a question, I'm gonna be like this here. It is what it is, though, man.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Hey, look. Eventually, just real quick, man. Just quick answer. What? How important is entertainment to y'all in these days and times with these $40 cartons of eggs and shit, and you know what I'm saying? Inflation trying to be. Do we need entertainment? My answer is yes, to escape for a little while, but really and truly, after we escape for that little short time, we need to come out and we need to you need to buckle down and do what you got to do, man.
My thing is not. We definitely need entertainment, man. Personally, my thing is, the things that I find entertainment in. You know what I mean? I'm not really an advocate of watching, young black internet celebrities in a house beating the shit out of each other.
These motherfuckers doing all this shit. Yeah, I get it, man.
And I don't care nothing about none of the loves or the hip hops. I don't know, man. It's the older I get, man, the less tolerant for that kind of shit I am.
Cantankerous.
Maybe.
Damon.
Hell yeah, I like to be entertained. Yeah. I scour the internet looking for it. Some of that shit is guilty pleasure, but I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you.
No doubt. I think we're part of that generation that understand that.
How many times y'all been sitting there and watching something you talking about? Man, that is tripping, bro. Wow. Yeah. Did I really just see that? Well, man, look at it, man. We middle aged, bro. We pass a whole lot of that shit, man.
I know, I get it. Like I say, I love to put things in the places that they belong. I don't like them to try to overlap into my situation. I want to laugh. I want to read. I want to learn. I want to feel good. I want that simple. But for it to have me thinking in a certain way when I know it's trash, you know what I'm saying? It's trash for a reason. It's entertainment for a fucking reason, man.
Have y'all ever watched those them little shorts, man, where they be having the cats on there? They be having the cats, man, and the cats be fighting with dogs. They be having the paws up there throwing, smacking the shit out the dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or chasing the dog.
They be like this.
Man, that be the funny. That's my guilty pleasure right there.
You know what mine is, man?
Uh-huh.
Monkeys in clothes and shit. Chimpanzees in clothes and shit. That shit tickles the shit. And little kids cussing, man, tickle the shit out of me, man. I don't know why. But I
Oh
mean, just
man.
me and my wife, man, we've been reading a book lately, man. So
Look,
trying to do shit like that,
I never strayed away from reading books, man. Seriously, I just because it exercises the mind. It keeps my mind sharp. I'm gonna tell you the funniest thing I seen on the internet. This is not lying. This little young girl. She probably about 15 years old. She had cut all the locks off. I think she was trying to be a stud. I don't know, but she had cut all her hair off. Right? She in the car. Her little cousin was just hammering her. She said, "You look like a handsome boy." First of all, that has got to be one of the greatest lines in my life. When you're talking about a girl or a woman, you look like a handsome boy.
Mhm.
Come on, dog. Is that not comedy? That is comedy.
I saw this one man where the police was outside his sister's door, and she opened up and fell through the screen and shit,
Mm.
and was laying on the ground. And she looked at the police and said, "I meant to lay down here." She said, "I did that on purpose." I said, "You fell through the screen on purpose?" Told the screen right out the door. I was like,
Yeah,
man.
man.
I kept rewinding that and laughing, man. But that's what I usually look for, man. Stuff that's funny, man. It's gonna make me
comedy.
laugh.
Yeah.
But them cats, man, when they be throwing up them paws, you know.
Yeah.
All the ones where the cat be sitting on the edge of the table and shit, and be pushing the glass, and then the white girl be like, "You better not," and the cat be looking at it, be like, "What you gonna do, motherfucker?
Yeah.
What you gonna do about it?"
Yeah. I like the one, man. These are all my all-time favorites. I like the one on the caption, like, "This is a hell of a watchdog." And my man busting the door, right? The dog sitting there. He busting the door. He chasing the dog. That dog, he screeching. And then when the window come, he dive out the window.
Shit.
Oh, shit. That is hilarious. But look, another good one, man. I definitely enjoyed, man. I'm gonna thank y'all again, man. I don't know what kind of plans I had on Valentine's. I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? Like I said, me and my wife, we did it earlier today. So it that's the thing about it. Is like you got to show appreciation to folks and what they doing. You know what I'm saying? You know, when we start cashing out, y'all gonna get them checks of appreciation from me. You know what I'm saying? We splitting it 3 ways, and you gonna love it. You gonna love it. But any last words before we get off here?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna make up for it tomorrow. Me, I'm gonna take out the breakfast, man, and let her hit them stoves. Do what she do. You know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Jaquar?
I certainly do wish my wife a happy Valentine's Day, and fellas, it was a good show. I
Yeah.
appreciate your time, and I look forward to the next.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, please go to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. Hey, we building up momentum. People loved it when the people find our content, they love it. You feel what I'm saying? And that's really and truly the kind of feedback that I get. And folks is sending me different questions to ask on the program. So starting next week, I'm gonna choose one question that somebody asked me, and I'm gonna start off with the outlandish questions, guys, because
We got some of those.
yes, indeed. So So I want y'all opinion. And I'm gonna save it. I'm not gonna tell y'all early. I'm gonna tell y'all like in the middle of the week. But I wanted to be just to enjoy it. All right. But go to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. The Strong Perspective Podcast. Build up our numbers. Build up. Hey, share. Tell folks about us. And we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Until then.
Peace.
Peace.